Project's visual reports let you change them on the fly because they use Excel pivot charts and Visio pivot diagrams to look at data in different ways. For example, you may start with costs by month, but with a quick modification, you can show costs by resource or by project phase. Generating a visual report is easy. On the Project tab, click Visual Reports. In the Visual Reports dialog box, select the visual report you want to run, like baseline cost. The assignment visual reports are the most flexible because they include time phase data about both tasks and resources, so you can look at your project from every angle. The preview of the visual report gives you an idea of what the report looks like. For example, a bar graph, a pie chart, or a tree. In the Select Level of Usage Data to Include in the Report drop-down list, choose the shortest period of time you might want to see. Weeks is a good compromise, but you can go shorter or longer to days or months for shorter or longer projects. Then, just click View to create the report. It can take some time for the report to generate. If you use an Excel visual report, Excel starts up and opens an Excel file with your project data in it. The Chart 1 worksheet is a special graph that displays the data in your report in the way that you tell Excel to. If the chart is too big for the window, you can drag the zoom slider on the right side of the status bar. The second worksheet is called a pivot table. Here it says assignment usage. And this pivot table is how you configure the look of the report. Excel-based visual reports are bar graphs, pie charts, or line graphs, and they're great for comparing values side by side. To see the pivot table, click on Assignment Usage. The baseline cost report initially shows actual cost, baseline cost, and cost. And you can see that those are the fields that have check marks in the pivot table field list. So that tells you that you can display any field that you want by turning on its check mark. You can change the order that the fields appear in the chart. Let me go back to Chart 1 and show you. Baseline cost, cost, and actual cost. And those are the three fields down in the Sum Values section. Baseline cost, cost, and actual cost. If you want to change the order, just drag a field to a different position. For example, drag actual cost to be above cost. And if you go back to the chart, now you can see that actual cost is in the middle. Back on the assignment usage worksheet, you see that the baseline cost report starts with a column for the entire project and then has additional entries for each top-level task. Changing the category in the row labels area is how you categorize data in different ways. To break down the baseline cost report by time periods, drag the weekly calendar from the report filter box into the row labels box. If the weekly calendar is first in the list, the report categorizes first by time period and then by tasks. Let's go back to the chart. And now you can see that there are time periods and then the top-level tasks. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm going to zoom out some more so that you can see the text in this chart. I'm not sure I can zoom out enough so that the text doesn't overwrite itself. However, the one thing that you want to see is that each time period has its own set of graphs for those top-level tasks. To see more or less detail, you expand or collapse the information in the pivot table worksheet. So let's go back to assignment usage. Click the 2001 plus button to show the quarters in the year. Then click the chart worksheet, and we'll zoom back out. And now you can see that for 2001, you can see the quarters when you didn't before. You can also filter the information that appears in a visual report. If you want to look at a specific time period or resource, you can drag the field into the report filter area. For example, drag tasks from the row labels box into report filter. Click the tasks down arrow and turn on select multiple items. Now you can expand your project. Let's make this box a little bigger. And you can see that you can turn off top-level tasks that you don't want to see. When I click OK, it's just going to show those items in the chart. So these bars now just show everything up through planning the move. A Visio-based visual report starts Visio and creates a Visio pivot diagram. The Visio file has one page for the diagram and a background page for things like logos. Visio-based visual reports break information down in a hierarchy, like a work breakdown structure. You can drill down level by level and use icons to highlight good, bad, and indifferent values. Visual reports can slice and dice project information in all sorts of ways. You can categorize data, summarize, or look at details, and filter out what you don't want to see. Check out the visual reports that Project offers, and then experiment with the settings in Excel pivot tables and Visio pivot diagrams to see what you can do.